Welcome to another Thursday Night Live here with the Jewish Platform. I'm super excited for this one. Probably more excited than I've been for any other interview I've ever done on the Jewish Platform. Today we have the Jewish Platform's producer, my producer when it came to this new film, Desperate Measures, and somehow in the middle of my previous film, The Skull of a Genius, he slid from makeup artist into the role of producer. The most talented photographer that I personally know, and I know many photographers, a producer, by far the best makeup artist that I know in the film world, and I'm talking about special effects makeup. I'd like to welcome the one and only Moishi Grunfeld. Moishi, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Moishi is usually behind the camera, and today he's in front of the camera.
Yeah, feels weird.
But all right. Okay, now, I'll admit, we pre-recorded something that was supposed to go on to the Thursday Night Live with Moishi about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we both got extremely busy, and we couldn't do that Thursday night. He got busy with one thing, and the interview got pushed off till now. But right now, we are going to show this amazing clip of what I did. I completely surprised Moishi. He had no idea that I was going to do this. I pulled up to his house with the cameraman, knocked on his door, and took him for a surprise. The reason I did it was because Moishi is petrified of heights. I once asked Moishi, how afraid of you are heights? And what did you answer?
I can't stand on a chair.
No. The mushal that you gave me is, if your kid's frisbee ends up on the roof and you had to go get it, you'd probably die on the way up. But anyway, Moishi's petrified of heights, and here's what we did. Let's take it away right now to our video. All right, Moishi, I think that you know what we're about to do.
This guy is crazy.
I think that you know what we got to do. And because we are on camera right now, obviously you cannot chicken out because...
Well, I tried before, you didn't let me. Oh my God.
Moishi, I am taking you skydiving. It's going to be a lot of fun. And especially that you're afraid of heights. We are going 14,500 feet up. That is
crazy. I'm shaking.
That is 3 miles up in the air. And we're gonna jump out. Let's go.
This guy is... Oh my gosh.
Okay, Moishi, you just signed this, and you're good. Okay, so I just threw out the plastic from my face mask. Come here a second. And the garbage is full of beer bottles. I hope that's not from the pilot or the jump instructor. Moishi, don't look. I'll tell you the truth, I'm a bit nervous, but the reason I'm doing this is because I want to push my buddy out of the plane. I'm videoing this for Moishi. All right, and this is gonna be crazy stuff. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. How are we doing today?
We're starting off on a scary start, but
what are we doing here with this goofy harness that says danger on the back? What are we getting ready to do right now?
Let's talk about danger. Yeah, thanks to my lovely friend.
We're getting ready to go jump out of an airplane?
Doing only safe stuff. He gets me involved in all the safe activities, and it's very exciting. That's what friends are for. And yeah.
All right, so we're going up there to 14,000 feet, 2 miles up in the sky.
Yeah.
Free falling over 120 miles an hour. What do you think the best part's going to be, my man?
Can you skip that introduction?
Okay. You want to say anything before we go up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Clouds, I'd love to see it from the front.
All right, we'll see you up there, man. Have fun. back to Earth, my man.
I can't move.
You can't move?
Baruch, I hate you.
Was it good, buddy?
Here you go,
It was good?
I can't move.
You want me to help you up? Come on. I got you.
Let me.
There, you want to sit down for a minute?
Yeah.
All right, you stay sitting right there.
Drop your rig on my side.
Space Mountain, baby! Space Mountain! My man!
Yo, that was crazy!
How you feeling, bro?
Oh, I'm doing it again. Are these any flights today?
It's all day long.
All day long. All right, let me get my credit card out.
There we go.
This was amazing. Guys, if you've never skydived yet, you gotta try it. Moishi, coming back from that, how was it? How was your experience?
Watching it again brings me back chills. It's crazy.
I loved it, but what I liked more was watching you in the airplane on the way up.
No, that was it. You always like to take me on a ride, but that's another whole new level of rides.
Oh, it was amazing.
No,
Happens to be, Mitzvah Shem, the next film that we're doing, we're having a bunch of parachuting scenes, so you can decide you're in or you're out. Oh, amazing, amazing. One of the best pranks I've ever pulled, and I've pulled many pranks, many good ones. That was the best prank. And I want to commend Moishi on being a real sport about it. Thank you.
Well, listen, I don't know.
Had we not had the camera rolling.
I would say thank you for taking me along, but
yeah.
Actually, it was an experience.
It was an experience.
It was an experience. It was nice, I guess. Yeah, listen, I definitely broke a lot of, I don't know, something on my checklist. That was
You actually
never
had
there.
skydiving, yeah.
No, it was not on my list. But I guess I'll put it on the bottom. Skydiving, check.
Moishi, you ready to go again tomorrow morning?
No.
Okay, so now, done with that whole skydiving thing. I got you back. I'm not sure for what, because you've only treated me well all along. But getting back, people always ask me, how did you get together with Moishi Grunfeld? Do you work together? Do you have a company together? The Jewish platform, the films, and we just did this big thing for Boinei Yolam, the musical, and we're always kind of doing things together. How did that happen? Do you want me to say it, or do you want to say it?
Again, I'm a very simple guy. I don't know. So my answer is Hashem has his chessboard, and he goes like this and like that, and he puts the two bundles together.
No. That's for shidduchim.
Everything in life, every single person in life, every person you meet, there's always a reason for that. There's nothing happens. So yeah, that's how I look at it. But
I'll tell you. I'll just give you the brief history. Of course, it was Hashem that put us together. That I found one of the most talented people that I know. I went ahead, I found him, and I grabbed him. Basically, what happened was, Moshe Grunfeld's known for his makeup skills. Punum Chadushas. You do makeup in just about every big Yiddish production. I don't mean Yiddish speaking. I'm saying any Jewish production, you're doing the makeup over there.
Yeah, I would say.
And Moishi was called on, of course, when I did The Skull of a Genius, my previous film. I brought Moishi on to do some makeup. Why don't we show a clip right now of you doing makeup on The Skull of a Genius? Here we go.
For it.
Let's put it on.
Is doing more stuff. Nebuch the kid, Nebuch.
So now, Moishi was with us every day at The Skull of a Genius. But he wasn't just doing the makeup. First thing is, he brought out the characters. Now, if you want to see how Moishi worked and created all those characters, you could watch Moishi's interview on The Skull of a Genius. I'll make sure that it's on the Jewish platform. But I realized that it's not just being a makeup artist, he was really involved in every nitty-gritty part of the film. He even surprised me one day. He came with his camera. I didn't even know that you were a photographer. You came with your camera one day, and you took amazing pictures of the set of the actors, of the characters, and you surprised me. You printed out these beautiful canvases. And I realized
It's still my sukkah every year.
it's also on my sukkah. I can show you where we keep it. We keep it in the next room. So, Moishi, I realized how talented, how dedicated, and how passionate you are.
Okay.
And what happened was last year when, so first of all, I knew that the next film that I work on, I'm going to involve you somehow, even though we barely used makeup in this new one, Desperate Measures. But for whatever makeup needs that we did use, we had, you see? But I knew that I'm going to involve you big time. But the key moment was last year when I realized that they're going to close down yeshivas because of Corona. I called Moishi. I remember where I was. I was on the way home from yeshiva. I called Moishi. I said, Moishi, they're shutting down the yeshivas. We need to have a solution. We are going to build
The Jewish platform.
We didn't practice saying this line, by the way. We didn't. And Moishi came on board. Yeah, you take over from there.
I remember where I was. I was actually turning into my driveway.
From your old house. We gotta give Moishi a big mazel tov. Moishi just bought a new house.
Yep, Baruch Hashem. So I drove into the. I was pulling into the driveway, and we were heading out. I was picking up my family to go to the airport. We were heading to London for a wedding, and Baruch tells me we spoke about this before, but we always had this dream of having this website. It didn't just happen then, but that was like the Makaba Patish, as they say. You know, we
said we have to do it.
We have to do it. It's either now or never. We just gotta do it, and let's do it. I went I headed out to London. On the plane, I did a lot of thinking. And once I got to London, I just pulled out my laptop right away and I started working on logo and this and that. Whatever I could have done from London, I did over there. And we started rolling. And 2 days later, my mother passed away. I flew back from London. In the middle of a wedding, I just left and I came back. And yeah, and then
even during the shiva, you were busy
during the shiva.
sending.
Yeah, during the shiva, everybody was busy over there. I was sitting by a corner with my laptop. I was busy doing logos and finding people to do speeches and whatever. I only
While Moishi was busy doing the logo, I quickly built the whole site together with some. What do you call them again? Not set designers. The thing is movie stuff. Web designers, set designers, same thing. And we right away, Motzei Shabbos, Thursday is when we had the idea. Motzei Shabbos, the site was up. So in 2 days.
Yeah, so
very busy
basically
days.
2 days. 2 days till it got all together, and then we didn't want to just release it without any content. So we worked another 2 days on content, and then we released it.
So Moishi came in strong with the content. I have the more professional end when it comes to actual video and stuff, the technical part. Moishi somehow managed to get Mati Ilowitz to come on, do a whole concert, Lipa Schmelzer to do a whole concert, and a bunch of other big things. I was like, Moishi Schwartz, we had Benny Friedman, you got Libby V did, Yerli Braun, somehow...
That was the Chalamoid, that was a good one, yeah.
Somehow Moishi managed to jump out there and get all this wonderful talent. While I was working back and I was running around from storyteller to storyteller to video into the car. 3 cameras, sound, tripod. We'd stop in people's houses. Nobody was leaving the houses then. We would run into people's houses, masks, everything. Go on, take a video, in, out, edit, upload.
Yeah, you also did the popular
going around Lakewood, showing that Lakewood was
yeah.
shut down. We did that, and Baruch Hashem, here we are a year later.
Baruch Hashem, yep, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to the Jewish platform.
Baruch Hashem, what a year. Oof.
What a year. It's been a difficult year, and we tried as much as possible to sustain the Jewish platform.
It was a blissful year, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, we were able to do it the most possible, and the Mitzvah Hashem, it's only going to go mile from now.
We're going to bring a lot more. Okay, how about, we found out how I got to know Moishi, we got to know a little bit about Moishi, we got to know about the skydiving trip. How about we cut here for a commercial break, which is obviously going to be the trailer for the new film, Desperate Measures. How about...
Gotta look out for it. Oof.
Crazy
What
stuff.
a movie.
Crazy stuff.
Yep, definitely.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Yep.
And we'll be
A
right
trailer
back.
break.
A trailer break.
Trailer break. No commercial now.
We're going to take a trailer break, and we are going to, when we come back, we're going to discuss where we're headed with the Jewish platform.
Yes.
So it all started after I was born. My mother had severe PPD. My father tried raising me on his own, but I ended up being an outcast and started hanging out with some bad friends. I started straying off my father's path. This caused my father great stress.
Get out of my house. I'm giving you
Until last night, he had a heart attack.
Dispatcher, we have a code, send your medics and backup.
We put in a temporary stent. He is going to need triple bypass.
The hospital doesn't provide free surgeries. You understand?
You want me to raise $350,000 in one day?
You caused your father to have a heart attack.
Mark, we really need this surgery done.
Put this away.
Hey officers, what do we got? Hostage situation on the 5th floor.
All right, we just want to make sure that everyone's okay and nobody gets hurt.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I need you now to hold me close when I'm so far.
Okay, welcome back. That is the trailer for Be'ez Hashem, the new film coming to screens near you this Chol HaMoed Pesach.
Look out for the ads. Look out for the ads, Amit Hashem. Yeah, it's going to be in Monsey, Lakewood, and Borough Park. Anywhere else?
It's going to be upstate. There are other
Upstate.
places that we're in the works
Amit
with.
Hashem. Yes. You don't want to miss this.
You don't want to miss it.
Don't
This
want to
tops
miss
it all.
That's right.
Okay, so
Ezrat Hashem.
that's the trailer. We're going to show it again a little bit later. But let's go back to the Jewish platform. We're a year in. We have lots of Jewish media on there. We have stories that are exclusive stuff. We have different videos, and we have our Thursday Night Lives. What else could you see the Jewish platform doing in the near future?
In the near future, we are in talks.
Now, I know what you're probably going to say. Baruch, you're probably going to call me up tomorrow morning and I have this crazy idea like I do all the time. But what have we
Which
been
happened
planning
today? But the plan is, in Mitzvah Hashem, by this summer, we want to start another 2 or 3 shows, 2 for sure, and we're working on a 3rd one, maybe even a 4th. We're still, but we don't want to start and then it should get better and better. We want to start it with it should be right away. In Mitzvah Hashem, we're working where actually one of the sets are actually in construction. It should be done hopefully.
2 of the sets are in construction.
2 sets are in construction.
2 sets are in the middle of being made.
One should be done, but one should be done already. Like they say, hopefully 8-9 weeks it should be done. So hopefully right after that, once the set is ready, we start rolling. That's it. And Mitzvah Hashem. And then other one should be done right before the summer. So hopefully in the summer we should have already 2 good, solid shows for people to watch. Besides the Last Shishi, which is going to be 3 shows, and the Mitzvah Shem, we're not sleeping. We're just going on and better, and Mitzvah Shem.
I hope to have a lot more than just 3 shows and a
course,
lot of other features.
So the question was the near future. There's a plan for the future. There's a plan for the near future. And we go one at a time. The Mitzvah Shem, it's going to be, eventually we're going to be,
Get the Zach.
yeah, Eyes of Hashem.
And we have our app that's
Yes,
made already.
Yes, we just finished the app. Baruch Hashem, we worked on it a long time.
But we only have the Android app so far. We're going to have an Apple app,
Yes.
Mr. Shem, soon.
So Android users, the Jewish Platform app.
The Jewish
Just
platform,
type in
download it.
The Jewish Platform. And if you want the spelling, it's right here by the logo.
On the top, yeah,
Yeah.
thejewishplatform.com, yeah.
And that's it. Download the app, and Mitzvah Shem, we're going to be able to set up a lot of different features on the app eventually. But first, we wanted to get it out and rolling. And Baruch Hashem, it's out and rolling, and we're going to have updates pretty soon in Mitzvah Shem. And yeah, so this is for the Jewish Platform. Again, there's so much to talk, but I don't want to talk about it before things are final and out. But yeah, be on the lookout. Again, you're chilling with us. You're chilling here every Thursday, right? So don't worry, we'll let you know. We're not gonna let you like in the wild. So don't worry.
Don't worry.
We'll let you know. We'll let you
You're
know.
so different than me. I love to tell everything to everybody. Let's back up for a second,
Yes.
Moishi. You, first of all, you're super talented with graphics, with computers, with all of those kind of stuff, with creativity. You're a super talented photographer, and more than anything, well, now you're known a lot more for your photography than for your makeup. But Moishi Grunfeld was presented to the film world as a makeup artist, a special effects makeup artist.
Okay.
You grew up in Borough Park. How'd you get to theatrical makeup?
It's actually a very simple story. Very, very simple. I was a counselor in camp.
Which one?
Minkacha camp.
Minkacha
Camp. I learned in Minkacha Yeshiva and then they asked me to be a counselor. And I was a counselor, and actually I wasn't a counselor yet when I started doing makeup. I was actually just helping out with a major play, and the makeup artist just had traffic and chvaisvus, ganze teretz.
There were other makeup artists then?
Yeah, of course.
By us in camp, we used ketchup for blood and chaisis, the fake beards from the catalogs.
Cotton balls.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, the makeup artist just didn't show up on time, and they were about to start the show. I helped out with the preps and stuff, and they were going crazy that they didn't have makeup. So I asked, like, I don't know, do you have Epis makeup? And they said, yes, there's a shelf of makeup. Just do you? I don't know.
You sure it wasn't paint?
Well, could be. Maybe there's a guy still walking around 15 years later with some chvaisvus. So I just saw glue, spirit gum, and I saw here, and I just worked around it, and I don't know, I put it together. The guy looked like he was hit by a truck, but who cares? He went on stage, and I guess it was bad, believe me, but I guess it was good enough for them that they actually asked me to do makeup again, and then I did makeup again, and then again, and then the first person to hire me for makeup in a different camp was Shlomi Steinmetz.
Shlomi was in Krasna.
Shlomi was before Krasna, he was in Klosenberger camp. Shlomi was in Klosenberger camp, and I was like, Moishi, als je komt steeds maken makeup, I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I took some makeup. I actually didn't take from them. I drove to Pennsylvania because I heard there's a makeup store in Pennsylvania. So I drove to Pennsylvania because there's a makeup. There's probably another 15 minutes away. But I don't know. I drove to Pennsylvania to get makeup from a store. And I spoke to the guy for a long time, and he actually took all of the time. I guess he had a lot of time on his hand.
People are buying makeup on a daily basis.
Especially in Pennsylvania, the people are laid back, they got time. So he showed me around everything, and this does this, and this will work around this way and that way. And I drove back, and I did some makeup, and I tried to follow his instructions. I have this, I have to do this, and it worked out pretty okay-ish. In Sean, and then Spinky camp called me in this camp and that camp, and I did like 10 camps that year, I think. And that it just went
slowly but surely.
Yeah, slowly but surely, and then I started assisting for the big plays.
The commercial plays.
Yes, so Heshi Rosner was the mikvadas then, and I assisted him. And then he left, and Shlomi Steinberg took over, great makeup artist. And then I assisted him, and then he moved away. It got very hard and complicated, so they asked me if I could do it instead of Shlomi. And I started doing the big plays. Once I started doing the big plays, I wanted it to get to the next level. So I actually started going to school, but a small school for basic training. Once you called me for Scholar of Genius, that's when I actually went to school. You pushed me to go to.
You went to college.
I went actually to a professional school, high-end school, based off the bases in Manhattan, whatever the offices in Manhattan. The school's based out of New Jersey. And yeah, that was a big training, hardcore training, and Baruch Hashem, this is where we are now. Yes.
And you do an amazing job.
Baruch Hashem.
From plays, which is probably very hectic.
Yes, plays are hectic. Because it's when the show is called for 2 o'clock, 1:59, it starts. It doesn't start 2:01. It's a minute before. It's like because when they have to, the timing is spot on. So they have to finish the show at night. I think 12 o'clock on the button. For every minute they extend it is $1,000 penalty. Yeah, I remember once one of the shows ended 12 and it costed them $12,000.
Wow.
12 minutes longer. Yeah, that's how it is. And in this production line, these things are no games. They don't play any games. It has to be. It's a union and Zachen. I remember once I saw them hanging up a scenery, and the bottom of the scenery they have like a thin tube. It looks like the tube from the pipe from the ice maker from the fridge, like
like an IV line.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to be more positive here. And so
I'm thinking along the lines of Desperate Measures.
Yeah.
In my storage room right out here, I have the IV line.
So they had to put it into the bottom of the scenery. They had 7 people that worked on it because 3 people, according to the footage, the linear foot in the scenery and the pipe, 7 people have to work on it. That's how it works. It's not easy to deal with this situation.
No, well, we had our huge shoot with the police and SWAT.
Oh, exactly.
We called the police to come down at 12 o'clock, right?
Yes.
By 11:30, we had all the police guys, the SWAT truck, and everything.
We're like eating sandwiches. So it was 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is breakfast, so it's 11:30. So let's eat a sandwich now because.
We were filming some stuff on the side, and all of a sudden SWAT's here. The whole SWAT team came in, the actors are there, the cops are there.
Everything.
The people are already all stopping to watch. I was okay, drop everything. And we also had a crazy story. It's good that we started filming them because SWAT actually had a call.
Yes.
And after a few takes, SWAT just had to leave. So we had a SWAT truck there, and then in the middle, I'm sorry. We have a SWAT call, SWAT left the middle.
That's right. Yes. If we would just wait around like another 50 minutes, 30 minutes, we would not have any SWAT on film.
Well, we would have had to film again a different day, and just the amount of red tape that it took to film this thing.
Yes.
So let's go back. Now that we went into, so 1 second, we talked about how you got into makeup. You were a counselor in camp. How did you get into photography?
Photography. So I worked in a bagel shop, a coffee shop, for a while, like for a few months. It was Bashir.
From doing makeup art to working in a bagel shop.
Again, as I said before, the Eibishter has a chessboard and he keeps on putting pundles and horses on the horse. Kids just came. And he keeps on putting, I think my logo is the horse from the night.
We'll speak about it. How did you get that logo?
The logo, okay, so my marketer was the guy that did my market branding is Yankee Perl. He's a genius.
GCNY.
GCNY. And he found that the chess has a certain move on chess. It's called the Grunfeld defense. Somebody Grunfeld back in the day made that defense, and it's with a horse. My name is Grunfeld defense, gzayashilva.com. Then he said that the horses are knight is power, and whatever. So
photographers are powerful because they shoot people.
Exactly, and I blow them up.
Right.
And I hang them. Exactly, I do it all.
I'm getting nervous.
Yes.
I saw that ad once, Taka. We'll shoot your husband, we'll blow up your mother-in-law, we'll hang up your father. I don't know,
exactly.
Something like
That's
that.
what photographers do. And then, so this is the logo. I thought of also making the name. It should be like a name, something. But then he says, like, you know, your name is Grunfeld, people know you, and that's it. Man bleibt da so. So ist so geblieben. Moshe Grunfeld.
But wait. So you're still at the bagel shop right now.
Okay, so basically I worked at a bagel shop, and it's good that you're keeping track. And I took pictures with a regular point-and-shoot camera of the food, and I hung up a screen, and I put up pictures of the food onto the screen. And people saw it, and I said, who does the photography here? I'm like, photography? I took these pictures, I don't know. Photography. So the man says somebody actually, that was my first job, my first paid job.
Shlomi Steinmetz again.
No.
Somebody
had a company of pita and stuff, and he asked me to take a few pitas and just put up some stuff, cheese and Weissenschuss, and take some pictures. People should see the different options of pita, what you could do with a pita bread. So I took the picture, I styled it, and I took it with a point-and-shoot camera, a regular camera that you exactly, a Koyman camera. I took a light with an extension wire. I put baking paper around it so it should diffuse the light. It shouldn't be harsh light. I put it by the food lazoi. I took a picture of it, and that's it. And it was a full-page ad. Full-page ad. Actually, I think it was a double spread. Pesach something.
Pita for Pesach, you sure?
No, it was maybe sick. It was.
Yeah,
it was and all the magazines on a heavy season, a 2-page ad. A stupid picture with a point-and-shoot camera. Shame when I look at that picture. Come on, man. Baruch Hashem. Well, I guess it wasn't that bad because they liked it and they used it, and the magazines weren't. They put it in. If it would
be that bad, the magazines wouldn't put it in.
That was my first job. Then somebody approached me that I should take pictures for his Amazon. I told him, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, you know. It's not, I don't know. So he said, nah, don't worry, whatever. And actually, he's mamish a malach from Himmel, because he guided me, whatever. I took pictures, I sent it to him, and he guided me, he told me exactly what's wrong with the picture, and I redid it. I reshot for him all the pictures in the beginning. I took him pictures, took the pictures a million times, till he was, 50 times, 10 times, whatever, till he was happy. And he told me, he criticized me, critically criticized me, and and that's it. And that's how I grew my profession. And that guy actually doesn't do Amazon anymore.
He does photography now.
No,
Oh.
he actually does appliances with Zachen. Very nice guy, and I keep on thanking him. Whenever I see him, I told him, I don't know, mamash, whatever. And then I would say a year into photography, people started asking me to take pictures by their son's bar mitzvah. And I'm like, I don't do simchas, I don't know this, and that. It's not what I do. So I started doing for this friend and that friend, only close friends. And I don't know, somehow I guess there's a certain way, like I got a certain way of doing the pictures.
You're very fast, you're very good, you're very professional, you're very artistic.
And Baruch Hashem, and now I do mainly bar mitzvahs, like every night. Baruch Hashem.
I think you're the most popular bar mitzvah photographer, I think. Or one of them.
I would say I think I'm the only photographer that has a certain niche for bar mitzvahs. I think I hope I figured it out. The thing is bar mitzvah bochum, they show up to their event and they have no idea what they're supposed to do. That's number one.
There's no collar to pose with. There's no.
No, they have no idea.
A 13-year-old.
A 13-year-old comes to an event, and it's his bar mitzvah. Like, usually these buchrim don't have birthday parties every year, you know. I think so. So first of all, they're new to this whole thing. They show up to this hall, and they don't know. They're so scared because they don't know if they have to be like the star of the event. Do they have to sit on the oivanun a whole night? Do they have to be serious? Or
are they allowed to eat pickles or not?
Exactly. You know, what am I... And it's such a pressure for them. So, I don't know, there's a certain way you have to approach the buchen, and there's a certain way you have to... Photography could be like a whole new... a whole new pressure. The photography is a whole new pressure. So if you have somebody that knows how to talk to a boche and just to make him calm, to introduce him to what's going to be this whole night. He has no ideas. This is like a nice introduction.
So instead of his Rebbe telling him what he's going to do by the moment, so he has the photographer telling
tells
him
him what to do.
Right, so you have the photographer
exactly. You come, we joke, and that's it. We're having a blast, a good time, and that's it. We're done with the pictures. I tell him exactly what he has to do next, and this and that. And Baruch Hashem. So I think that's what I hear from people, that this is why they usually choose me.
Okay. Also, I know that people have asked you many times to do chasanas, weddings,
right?
But you don't do weddings. You told me, why not?
Yet.
Yeah.
Why I don't do weddings yet? I know I have 3 kids. You know, can I nada? Like to see them.
Well, 3 kids as of 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Baruch Hashem. And yeah, I love. I just want to be there. I want to see them. And when a wedding, you know, I see wedding photographers come home 5, 6 o'clock in the morning sometimes, most times. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't know. Maybe one day it will change, but as of now, I like smaller events, and that's it. I don't know. I actually have a few weddings scheduled, but it's I don't know. It's friends that want to ask me that I should do it. Okay. Yeah.
Now, talking about getting home 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, oftentimes when we finish the night of filming, we get home 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
So getting back to Desperate Measures over here, our new film, Desperate Measures. How about we cut to a quick commercial break and then we come back? Desperate Measures.
Desperate Measures.
Not a commercial break, the trailer. The Desperate Measures trailer.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So it all started after I was born. My mother had severe PPD. My father tried raising me on his own, but I ended up being an outcast and started hanging out with some bad friends. I started straying off my father's path. This caused my father great stress.
Get out of my house. give you
until last night. He had a heart attack.
Dispatcher, we have a code, send the medics and backup.
We put in a temporary stent. He's going to need triple bypass.
The hospital doesn't provide free surgeries. You understand?
You want me to raise $350,000 in one day?
You caused your father to have a heart attack.
Mark, we really need this surgery done.
Put this away.
Hey officers, what do we got? Hostage situation on the 5th floor.
All right, we just want to make sure that everyone's okay and nobody gets hurt.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I need you now to hold me close when I'm so far.
So, welcome back. I'll tell you how and when I came up with the idea of Desperate Measures and how it transpired from there. The story of Desperate Measures, without giving away any of the story, is the struggle. I work with teenagers that are struggling. I'm Rebbe in yeshiva with these Bachrim. The struggle of these teenagers very often is to try to do the right thing. And sometimes while they're trying to correct their actions that weren't good, they might try sometimes very hard, and sometimes that can result in doing the wrong thing. And in this film, we portray that. Now, that's not where I came up with the story. That's what encouraged me with doing this story. I came up with the story while I was sitting in Yerushalayim, learning a certain sugya. We're not going to say exactly what sugya that is now, because I don't want to give away too much of the story. Mm-hmm. And I said, if the halacha is like this, if this is the din over here, then in this case, somebody would have to act like this. Right. And I remember I was schmoozing with the Shalom Mason over there, and he said, correct. And I said, so this would be an amazing story for a film. And he said, that's not what I said. He said, I said that that's the halacha. So I had in the back of my head, I remember I already told somebody the story 3-4 years ago, before we did the Skull of a Genius. Mm-hmm. And when it came to the last film, I wasn't sure. I even discussed it with Ari Brownwitz. I asked him whether I should do that story or the Skull of a Genius. He said he thinks I should do the Skull of a Genius first. When we're done with the Skull of a Genius, I said, we are doing this story, Desperate Measures. I gave Moishi a call. I said, Moishi, I promise that I'm going to have you in the next film as producer. What do you say? What did you say? I forgot. What did you actually say?
Of course I had it was very overwhelming, to say the least. It was like, okay, this is a whole another step. Skull of a Genius was one step this way, and this was another step, but that's that way. I was like, wow, I loved it. And the thing that I like the most about the story is that all the movies and plays that there is in the Hamish industry, in the history, is basically the father is trying, if there's a father and a son, the father is trying to save the son, the father, they took away the son from the father, and the father is trying this and that. How about the son tries to save the father? Like, is the father like why is it love only this way? What, there's never a story where the love is the other way, which is amazing. You know why? You know, so many kids would love to help out their father in any way, but you never portray it in any story. Like
Because most times it's not typical. Usually
Yeah.
the father's the mashpia, the father's the one that's giving to
yes,
the kid.
100%. But let's find Taka. That's why this story is interesting.
But it's also
It's interesting because the father is in a situation for a change.
and it's also very interesting, this story, without giving away too many details. Is the son right? Yankee, the main character over here, the protagonist as we call him.
Right.
Is he in the right or is he in the wrong? There's that struggle. And for me, there's something special over there because I've worked for the past couple of years with teens that are struggling and going into their life, trying to do the right thing. So I love this story. Now, liking the story, writing the script, we had our Russell Cohen, extremely talented.
Yeah,
he wrote the script.
definitely.
But the question was, there's one thing coming up with the story, there's another thing pulling it off. So, obviously, I'm involved every step of the way. I did every step of the way. And we'll talk about that at a different time, but this is your interview. What did you find the craziest part to pull off with this film? Without giving too much away.
Craziest. First of all, the hardest part was for you is to get a hospital, I think.
To get the hospital during Corona was very hard.
Yes, that was
to get the police
nearly
and
impossible.
SWAT was very, very hard.
Yes, that was very hard. Again, realistically, when we went into this situation, we knew we were gonna step into a lot of situations because everything. Skull of a Genius was in a way easier because we
There was less red tape.
Yes.
So long as we had the money to pay for it.
Yeah,
huge
just
budget.
get the actors together, get the costumes and makeup, get everything together. Okay. So once you get the government involved, that's when it gets very, very complicated. The hospital, the police, SWAT. Mainly, these things were very, very difficult.
During Corona.
During Corona, which tops it off. So,
Yeah.
first of all, bravo to you. Thank you. Yes, it's. I was amazed. I was amazed how you pulled it off. Took a lot of connections and a lot of money.
And a lot of davening.
A lot of davening. Yes.
I would say a lot of davening, a lot of connection, and I should give a big thank you. There were so many parties involved that
Yes.
helped me. From Beaker Cholim over here on Lakewood, Lev Rachel, that doing a big campaign now. If you want, you can donate.
You should donate.
You should donate.
Yeah.
And Lakewood Scoop, Laser Hasenfeld, and a lot of these people, they really helped me a lot.
Yes.
I owe them big thank yous. I also want to say one of the most difficult things to find for production is, we're almost running out of wood. Once the fire's out, I think that's when we have to end our interview.
Exactly, yes.
One of the most difficult things and the key thing in a film is really finding a good main actor.
Right.
And Baruch Hashem, we have Yosef Ginniger as the main actor.
Yes. Yosef, great job.
Beyond great job.
Baruch Hashem.
Beyond great job. We had such siyata d'shmaya finding him. It was the
Yes.
cutest story how I found him. He came over to me even before I did the Skull of a Genius. He came over to me in camp. Now he just turned 16, so he was like 12 then. He came over to me, he was like, Baruch, can I act in the next movie? And I was like, who are you? My name is Yosef Ginniger.
Who are you and
But
what do you want?
He kept calling me. And like I tell all the people that want to act, send me a demo reel. And he sent it in. And he sent me pictures of himself. I asked for one picture and he sent like 1,000. And he got the job. And he did an amazing job.
Baruch Hashem, yes, he did. Definitely did. And the best part is that he's a great guy. Such a good bocher. Just a nice kid. Baruch Hashem. Yeah.
Amazing sport on set. I'm talking about when you're filming days on end. And we have the rest. I'm saying we have Yaakov Berger again from the Skull of a Genius. And we have Yaakov Prupis again. And we brought in Ari Mintz and Etzitzi from the Interim plays.
Yes.
And we just had the most amazing cast and crew. Usha Vidit is an amazing actor. And
Yeah, David Yitzi, David Ungelach.
David Ungarisher, we just call him Ungelach, right?
And
Yitzi Bratsky. We just had an amazing cast and crew.
Everybody was just a lot of fun to work with.
It was a blast. Thanks to this.
We just had fun. That's it. That's what it's all about.
So, and I wanted to make sure one thing. After I made The Edge, people told me that they took out a beautiful lesson from it. But most people never said the same lesson. Everybody said that they took out something else.
Right. Yes.
This guy told me he took out this lesson. That guy told me. And with this film, I made sure, Bez Hashem, that there's so many different lessons that everybody could take out from.
Right.
That I think
exactly
it's uplifting.
Somebody asked me this week, what lesson can you take out from this film? He asked me, it's a kushel. What can you take out? What lesson can you take out? I told him it depends what you went through in life.
Very well said.
It all depends. Everybody, it's an open. It's a huge sketchboard. Oh, like I Spy.
Everybody
can spy something else. You can find something else that you can take off. There are so many lessons, so many emotional and I could talk about it for days.
Let them watch it first before we talk about it.
So
it's going to be a beautiful production. So Moishi, I always finish off the interviews with this. Do you have a message that you want to say, give over to the thousands of audience members watching this?
A message.
In general, you've gone through a lot of life, and you grew from all your experiences to be, Baruch Hashem, extremely successful.
Baruch Hashem.
What do you want to give out? What do you want to say to the, you have the mic.
So much to say. The
wood is almost done.
Yeah. So. The main thing that everybody should remember. First of all, the more you thank Hashem, the more you're gonna see. You're gonna have what to be thankful for. So remember, thank you Hashem in front of your eyes. Always thank Hashem for everything. Not because other people, this could have been, and not because whatever there is, if you see anything, that's a thank you Hashem. There's so much to be thankful for. And I would say that you don't always see it right now, but eventually, no nothing. Thank Hashem for everything. Thank you. Just be grateful for everything there is in life. If there is life, there is grateful. You should be grateful already. And yes, be happy, Baruch Hashem. Just be happy. Thank you Hashem for everything. Thank you Baruch for bringing into this adventure. And it's only gonna go crazier from now on. And thank you all for. Third of all, thank you everyone, all the followers. We get so much feedback every single week from our shows. We really do appreciate every feedback. Whatever feedback we get, we truly appreciate it. The negative, the positive, we like to take notes. We like to hear back from the viewers. So thank you everyone for watching this week and every other week. And we'll see you again.
Thank you so much, Moishi, for being here.
Thank you.
You were probably going to be here anyway, besides. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Alechtige Shabbos. And enjoy your Pesach.
Pesach, Hakush, and Yantiv. And it should be Ma'avdas L'chayres. We should do the Desperate Measures showings around the Beis Hamikdash. Maybe screenings onto the wall from the Beis Hamikdash. That would be cool.
They have it now by the light shows in
yes.
the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. the Mishkan Dova, the everything. Yes, that would be awesome. And yeah, may it be go me madraiga better and better and better.
You stole that line from Shmuley.
Yes, definitely, and it's in here. Baruch Hashem. A lechtige yantiv, a good night, a good Shabbos, and desperate measures.